You've got a rusty car, a gate, or a tool being eaten alive by corrosion. You've tried spray paint and primer, it always comes back. Mechanics say you need a $3,000 replacement. Stop. Don't spend that money. The solution is a $3 powder used by Roman soldiers in 100 AD and trusted by Japanese swordsmiths for centuries. In 1941, the US military tested it against 200 competitors. Nothing else came close. So why don't you know about it? Because the $300 billion auto parts industry relies on your rust to stay profitable. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this compound is and how to apply it yourself today for under $5. First, let's understand exactly what rust is doing to your metal, because most people treat rust like it's dirt, like you can just scrape it off and everything will be fine. That's not what's happening. Rust is iron 3 oxide. It's not sitting on your metal. It's actively consuming it, converting iron atoms into a weak, crumbling compound. And it spreads. It spreads under paint, under primer, in the dark, where you can't see it, until the coating bubbles up and you realize the damage is 10 times worse. Spray paint just sits on top. Moisture gets through microscopic cracks within months. Rust continues forming in the dark, and the coating just lifts and peels. Commercial converters cost $30 a bottle, but what they're charging you for is something you can buy yourself for just $3. Every one of these approaches just tries to hide the problem. But rust is not a surface problem, it's a chemistry problem, and chemistry problems require chemistry solutions, not paint. The solution I'm about to show you doesn't cover rust. It permanently converts it into something stronger, something that protects your metal. The active ingredient is tannic acid, a naturally occurring polyphenol found in oak bark, pomegranate rind, and plants on every continent. When it hits rust, a chemical reaction occurs. Molecules bond to create a completely new compound called iron 3 tannate, or ferric tannate. Ferric tannate is water insoluble and chemically fused to the metal. The rust didn't get covered, it got transformed into its own protective armor. You're not fighting the rust anymore. You're recruiting it. You're turning your enemy into your shield. This solution actually gets more effective the more rust you have, because it needs rust to work. Before you try this, I want to give you proof. This isn't a garage project. It's one of the most validated methods in human history. Ancient Rome, 2nd century AD, Roman Legionnaires used oak bark extracts to protect their iron weapons in the humid climate of northern Britain. In feudal Japan, swordsmiths used fermented persimmon juice to protect katana blades, multi-generational heirlooms surviving 600 years in near-perfect condition. In West Africa, Yoruba ironworkers use shea bark and acacia pods to survive 6-month monsoons. Different continents, identical chemistry. Archaeological evidence proves this chemistry was known across the globe long before the first chemistry textbook was ever written. Persia. Persian metalworkers used crushed pomegranate rind on sword blades, a material with one of the highest natural concentrations of tannic acid ever measured. In South America, Mapuche craftsmen used the quebracho tree, the axe breaker, one of the densest and most tannin-rich trees in the Americas. 5 civilizations, 5 continents, 0 communication, all converging on identical chemistry independently. Nature kept pointing toward the same answer. Scientists call this convergent chemistry, when isolated cultures discover the same solution because it simply works better than anything else. But here's the proof that should settle every argument. The moment material science was tested against history and lost. Now I want to show you something that's going to fundamentally change how you shop for rust products forever. Next time you're in a hardware store, pick up any commercial rust converter. You won't see tannic acid. Instead, you'll see proprietary rust conversion compound. This became standard after 1978, when manufacturers realized that hiding the active ingredient allowed them to charge premium prices for a $3 powder. The ingredient doing the actual chemistry in almost every commercial rust converter on that shelf is tannic acid, the same compound, the same result. A $25 bottle covers a small area. $3 worth of tannic acid powder is enough to treat an entire full-size truck frame, permanently. The $90 billion the auto industry makes from corrosion repairs is the cost of keeping you uninformed. Alright, here is your step-by-step solution. Follow this exactly and your rust problem is permanently solved. What you need: tannic acid powder, warm water, a wire brush, and a paintbrush or spray bottle. That's it. Step 1. Prep. Do not grind to bare metal. The acid needs rust to react. Only wire brush off the loose flaking material. What remains bonded to the metal? Leave it. That's your reaction surface. That is exactly what you want. Step 2. Mix. Dissolve 4 grams of powder into 100 ml of warm water for a 4% concentration. This is the documented optimal concentration from the 1941 military tests. No guesswork, just science. Step 3. Apply. Brush or spray your solution onto every rusted surface. Work it into every corner and crevice. Within 30 minutes, you'll see the magic. The orange rust visibly darkens into deep blue-black. This is molecular conversion happening in real time. Step 4. Cure. Leave it for 24 hours to form a hard, water-insoluble shield chemically fused to your metal. For severe rust, apply a second coat. Total cost for a full truck frame? Just $3 to $5. 20 minutes of work for permanent protection. No more fighting, no more hiding. Just armor. Your rust problem is solved. Roman soldiers solved this in 100 AD with oak bark, Japanese swordsmiths with persimmon juice, the US military in 1941 with a 4% solution, and proof that nothing could beat it. Today, the auto industry collects $90 billion every year from rust damage that a $3 bag of powder could permanently stop. The solution was never expensive. The only thing in your way was a proprietary label hiding a $3 ingredient behind a $25 price tag. So here is what I want you to do. Drop a comment below and answer this. What is the rustiest thing you own right now? Your car frame? A tool? A gate? Tell me, because I want to know what we're fixing together.